maidens. Before we started our games here on Monday, Northamptonshire, or the Northant Steelbacks, had a T20 game on this surface, and there was 3 maidens bowled in that over. David Willey 2, Ben Sanderson 1 against Durham. Right, are we going to get another maiden? We certainly aren't. Off the mark then for Chris Gale and the West Indies. 2 gone, 1 without loss. Take you back to match 4 when Pakistan champions. The only time really they've won the toss and had to bat first. Got 194 for 8, and in reply the West Indies champions just couldn't quite get over the line. 165 for 9. And with the Pakistan champions winning by 29 runs, Sahil Tanvir with 4 for 14. Afridi 3 for 41. Looking for their first wicket here in the power play. 198 still required. I like that. Lovely length. At some stage, I can assure you now, it'll either be Gale or Smith will be trying to hit one of these balls out of Northampton. They won't wait long.
Well, they can't wait long. Requires 11.1. Currently going at less than 0.46 per over. Great start here from the men in green.
He's just waiting for width or over-pitched. That's what he wants, I told you. He's going to swing now. He's done with blocking. He's had enough. He's such a good player, Chris Gale. He doesn't worry about run rates because he can just wait and get used to conditions and then go. All the fielders nearly right on the edge here for Gale. Extra cover might be slightly in, a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. It is really good because all of a sudden now the pressure is building on these two. They do not like blocking balls.
Wonderful from Pakistan. Harley bowled a ball that was either too full or too wide. It's been hammering a length. Been a little bit of bounce, extra bounce with this new rock. Just wonder, can they bring third up inside the ring maybe and protect that leg side a bit more?
Chipped. And there'll be 1 bounce towards deep square leg, so it's just a single. Sharjeel Khan, who was at a deep square leg, exactly where he got caught.
Deep backward point now for Dwayne Smith is one of the boundary operators.
He wanted a quick single, and Gale probably would have gone if he'd have called him through. It might have been close if he would have done.
Nearly sold Chris Gale down the river there. Pakistan, you mentioned the fielders, they've been on the edge for Chris Gale, but a couple tighter for Dwayne Smith. Smith 0 from 7, has to hit out here. Must hit out.
Well, they're getting close to 11.5, which is still fine, look. But you're right, something has to give here. Whether it's the bowler and his line and his length, or whether the batter takes that risk. Took the risk, missed it. Just one from the over, 3 overs done, and the West Indies 2 without loss. Crowd is building. I've just had a message on the social media. Somebody wants Jimmy Anderson in the WCL next year. Somebody who has got in touch with me, Jimmy Anderson for the WCL. I was talking to Stuart Broad yesterday as well. Maybe you imagine that, Stuart Broad, Jimmy Anderson in the England side. Saw Brian Lara yesterday. Imagine having him here as well. Wow. Carl Hooper. Oh, little edge. This one kept down. Seen Brian Lara playing a few legends, and what a player.
Yeah, I read some of his comments yesterday. He did an interview. Brian Lara is quite scathing of Cricket West Indies and the administration, and now they haven't kept up to speed with facilities and infrastructure. I'm sure in the Caribbean, when Brian Lara talks cricket, people, they take note.
There's just a little conversation there between Yunus Khan, who's at mid-off, and Sahil Khan. Is this a slower? Oh, I thought he said bowler, slower ball. Direct hit, all close. Yunus Khan. Does he make it? I think they think he makes it. He said he was on the edge. Remember, he's a tall man. He's not quick, but once he gets going, Chris Gale, he's got a big stride.
Yeah, Mo Azim sends it upstairs. Steve O'Shaughnessy is the third umpire. I think he was all right. Felt like he was safe. You're right. It took him a little while to get going, Corky, but as you mentioned, once the legs started turning and the hamstrings loosened up, it doesn't take him long to get down the other end.
Or just to answer that guy, I think there's so many people who probably have watched this thinking they've been so happy with the performances of the teams throughout this year's Ease My Trip World Championship of Legends. It can only get bigger and better. I think we've both done Legends tournaments around the world, and the fitness of these teams has got a lot better. Commitment has got a lot better as well, and it can only get bigger and better.
Yeah, a bit of work for England too, I think, getting their selection and squad right.
Possibly more teams, New Zealand, Sri Lanka.
I think Bangladesh would be a good addition.
Bangladesh.
Fan base would be exceptional in this part of the world. There's lots of Bangladeshi fans.
Ireland?
No, I like the idea of a Team Europe. So a bit of Ireland, Scotland, Netherlands, Italy, Germany, Jersey.
Maybe stick a few English in there, then we might have a decent side.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. It's a very enjoyable tournament, I must say. All the tournaments you go around and work on, we've been looked after so well. Northampton, up in Birmingham. Standard of cricket has been really good.
Yeah, and it's not just what we're just showing you the English commentary box. On the other side of the indoor school is the Hindi com box as well. Let's see who's on there. Is it Waqar Yunus on the right? No, it's Atul Wasan and Deep Das Gupta on the left.
Deep's still talking about that LBW.
Probably, absolutely. He probably is. We're probably about the right distance apart, me and Deep, with that LBW decision. The top men are in the middle. The hard workers now then got all of this. Had to try and hit something. And couldn't allow him keep bowling length. So a boundary to finish, 4 overs done. West Indies champions, 7 without loss.
Finally, Dwayne Smith showing some intent. Toe of the bat, nowhere near the middle of the blade, but powerful man, and he had a couple of steps down the surface. Not a bad ball, Soul Tanvir. That's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. He made Dwayne Smith do something he didn't want to do. Didn't get it out of the screws, but a welcome boundary for Smith and the West Indies.
West Indies owner and family and friends, and Pakistan owner as well in background there. So right, Yamin with his third outside edge. This is going to run away for a boundary. Got excited there because I just saw a leaning edge. So Gale has his first boundary.
Not far off hitting the back of the bat, I reckon here. Chris Gale trying to turn it leg side. Thick outside edge, big blade. Chris Gale always has a big, heavy bat. Couple of bounces over the ropes for 4. So back-to-back boundaries for the West Indies champions. A little bit fortuitous, but boundaries nonetheless.
I think Gale is going to look to go here. I think he's going to look to try and hit him here this over.
Still not quite into top gear here, Chris Gale. Probably working around second gear at the moment, but trying to go through the gears quickly. He's one player, Corky, that can go from first to second to fifth and skip 3 and 4.
And also one player who can just get that run rate back to under 10s and take a game away from you. So it looks like they're putting out a deep mid-wicket now, and third has come up into the circle. Now, has he just picked him out? No, he hasn't. He's gone over the top of Wahab Riaz. First Ease My Trip 6 of the innings.
More like Chris Gale. Good footwork. Doesn't give the game away early, Chris Gale, when he decides to come down the pitch, so it doesn't give the bowler that much time. To maybe change his plan, and that was more out of the middle. Still low on the bat. Hold that heavy length with that little bit of a way shape. There's a chance to find the outside edge. I don't think he needs to change his plan that much here, Corky.
No, do keep bowling that length. That's just top of the bails. And see if he can hit you out the park. Can't do that. Can't give him any width. He'll just stand up on his toes and cut you away. Well,
the previous 6 and 4 were good batsmanship. This is just a poor ball. And this is what pressure does. When you're standing at the top of your mark and you see Chris Gale, all 6.
And Yunus are just having a chat. It was just a poor delivery. He's decided to come round the wicket now. 19 off the first 4 deliveries. Inside edge will just bring up a single.
Looking forward to the semi-final number 2, Corky. India just about sneaking through against Australia, who've been the form side throughout the comp.
Yeah, finished on top of the table, didn't they, Australia? They're a fine side up against India, who, like you say, got themselves into this semi-final too. And a chance to get into the final and head to Edgbaston, that is tomorrow, for the final. Clipped. This will run away for a boundary to finish off the 5th over. 24 from the over. 5 overs gone. West Indies 31 without loss.
After 5 overs, 31, suddenly Chris Gayle on 22 of just 18 in the previous over. It was a big over.
Right arm over, Chris.
Nearly 20 runs coming off the previous over. Still, a lot of work to be done. The final over of the power play for the West Indian champions. 168 still required of 90 deliveries, so they need another big over. Required rate, which started under 10, now 11.2. But as long as Chris Gayle is there, they'll be hopeful. And again, a dot ball, and in the com box, it's me, Abhishek Junjunwala, and I've got Deep Das Gupta alongside me. Hi, Deep.
Hey. Hey, Abhishek. Yeah, last over, the kind of over that West Indies champions required, a big one to shift that momentum. A very unlike West Indian start to this innings. First 4 overs, not much at all, and then one big over. And that's what you need, another big over, another good over. And that's been the template at this venue, Abhishek. You try not to lose too many wickets up front with a new ball. And there's enough for the batters after that.
Yeah, I think when you look at the West Indian batters, they're such confident batters in terms of power hitting, in terms of boundary hitting. For a lot of teams, when they look at the required rate of 11.45, they start panicking, they start getting under a lot of pressure. But when you've got ability to hit sixes and fours for fun, you don't actually feel that pressure.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's a very different approach to T20 cricket as far as West Indies cricket is concerned. They'll be looking at number of 4s and 6s. In the Pakistan innings, we're looking at 19 4s and 6 6s. Oh, that's a slower delivery. Deceived him. It's gone way up into the air and very well judged and taken. Wahab Riaz, the fielder. What a catch. And that's the end of the universe, boss.
What a delivery. Yes, we talk about slower delivery. You've got to bowl the slower delivery, but you've got to bowl it this well to get somebody like Chris Gayle out. Back of the hand. It's more like a googly than a back of the hand slower delivery. And look, just couldn't pick it, Chris Gayle, but a wonderful catch at the end by Wahab Riaz. Not an easy catch when you're running backwards. Out for 22 of 21, 31 for 1 West Indies.
Chadwick Walton, the new batter in. He's already got a couple of half centuries this series. He's looked good. 188 T20 games in his career, over 3,500 runs. Yeah, as of now, got a job to do here. The required run rate over 11.5. This back of the hand slower.
It's just the body weight. I just see when he was looking to go up and over, the body weight just staying back. That often happens when you don't pick the slower delivery and you've already went through the shot, but that was an excellent catch as well. Under pressure from Wahab Riaz, but they need one big partnership, at least a 40-50 run partnership.
Play. Really good one so far. Got a slip in place now. Who almost got the slip into the picture. With that delivery missing the outside edge, not by a lot.
At the moment, Pakistan got 198. We knew it's going to be a difficult one. Again, look at their shape. Started middle, finished just outside the off stump. Beautiful. To watch. But the moment West Indies had to chase 199, we knew it's going to be a tough ask. It's going to be a tall ask given the bowling attack of Pakistan, which has been by far the best bowling attack of the competition.
Yeah, for West Indies, it's been a boom or a bust. Well, inside edge will get a single. Another really good over.
Yeah, also again the intent. In the first 3 overs, there was hardly any intent from the West Indies champions. Yeah, we were thinking what they're trying to do, what sort of a game plan do they have. And if you look at the first 3 overs, there was literally nothing. In the first 4 overs, they only had 7 runs. And when
column there, 4s and 6s is what they're looking at. So far, 5 4s and a 6, total of 32. Last ball of the power play. No, make that another one.
Dwayne Smith, who's been in good form, he's got a couple of 50s in the competition. He struggled throughout and is one of the owners for the India champions. They are here early. There must be a lot of nervous energy in the Indian owner camp.
Oh, 100%. Big game. Semi-final against Australian champions who've looked very, very good. Oh, little extra bounce. Successful over comes to an end. 6 gone, 33 for 1.
यहाँ से आप मिड विकेट चले जाओ
33 for 1 after the power play. West Indian champions is second lowest so far in this comp. England against India was the lowest, I've been told. 22 for 1. Right, 6 overs done.
Were you a bit surprised when you came into the tournament? And obviously it's a Legends competition, all the retired players, but the intensity we have seen in this tournament and the way they have played, they're all playing to win. Yes, that's always the case. But the kind of spirit we have seen, the energy level from a lot of players, it's been very refreshing to see.
That's a good hit. That's a very good hit. All the way for Ease My Trip, 6. And what a start to the second power play.
That's exactly what you want. And now, as a bowler, if you got hit for a 6, the very first delivery, it's hard to come back from there in T20. Look at that, in the slot. But the way he again created that room by taking the left leg out of the way, brilliant.
Shot of a man in form.
ये चीज
altering his length a bit now, a little shorter. I wasn't surprised because you look at those names, you just answering your question. I wasn't surprised because we're talking about legends here. People like Afridi, they've got so much of pride in their own performance. Oh, there you go. Shot of a man in form. Second ease my trip maximum of the over.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how easy some players make it look. They've been struggling throughout, and he comes in Tong's couple of sixes in the last 3 deliveries. Again, there were fuller deliveries in the slot, but with the ease he played that shot.
Got a few more hours to go
ये चीज
for the
लाला
India game. As of now, got a really good game on our hands here. After a slowish start, it's time to pick it up now, the West Indian batters. Another good over. 13 from it so far, with 2 more to go. Oh, there he goes. Dwayne Smith time now. The third ease my trip maximum of the over. 19 so far.
And that's what we discussed. When you have the ability to hit sixes with such ease, you're never under pressure. Even if the required rate goes around that 12 mark, you've got so much confidence in your ability, and that was an unbelievable shot across the line as well, against the spin.
Ooh, got away with that. In fact, we'll get a single. 20 from that over, 53 for 1. It's a semi-final day of the Ease My Trip WCL 2024. The second semi-final. Australia champions take on India champions at this very venue, this very strip. Wicket there! Did it not hit the stumps? It sounded very woody to me. That'll be an interesting replay, that one, because I thought the stumps were off. I thought that was the end of Dwayne Smith's innings.
They probably just glued the bails in between overs. It did sound very woody. We'll have to see. It did. It hit the stump pretty hard, and there was a massive deflection. The bells didn't even move.
Abhishek, I'm so relieved because I thought that was definitely woody there, the noise, and I'm so relieved that I'm not going deaf. Look at that. Even the middle stump moved, but not the bails.
Yeah, that's unbelievable to see.
Oh, that's a cracking shot. That's straight out of the middle.
Pressure. Pressure suddenly on the Pakistan champion bowlers. And this is how quickly the momentum can turn in T20 cricket. In the last 8 deliveries, suddenly they managed to get 25 runs.
Now, you were just pointing off air and looking at the comparisons after 7.2. In fact, West Indian champions have got more runs and less wickets after 7.2. Yeah, I'm telling you what, may have started slowly, West Indies, but they're looking at 4s and 6s, and when you have that kind of ability that Abhishek was mentioning before, you're never out of a T20 game. Nicely bowled. You got to give a lot of credit to the bowlers as well. The Pakistani bowlers, they've been spot on with their line and length.
Yeah, I think what will be interesting to watch between when the spinners are on, because both these players, they love fast bowlers. They love when the ball's coming onto the bat. But yeah, in the previous over, the way they batted against Afridi, outstanding. Again, looking at that delivery, that one broke the stumps. And this one, he didn't even remove the bails.
Was it the same stump that they changed?
Yeah, probably they've glued it properly this time.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Another good delivery. Not much room to work with for the batter.
This is good cricket, sensible cricket. And Kamran Akmal, that stump in 2 pieces. And Dwayne Smith, I can tell you, bowled a lot slower than Shoaib Khan.
Yeah, it was Dwayne Smith. I'm not surprised if he broke that stump and he himself got the new set of stumps and put it there. It was him, the batter, actually, who got away with it. Wow. Yeah, maybe time for him to go pick up a lottery ticket or something.
Or maybe they have to check the stumps, because you remember when we were kids, we used to buy those stumps where the bails were always glued on. You couldn't take them off. Maybe they've just made a mistake. They have to go and try and remove the bail and see if it comes off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's already getting ready for the next game. Yuvraj Singh has already hit the nets. A while to go for the game to start.
Yeah, he's under a bit of pressure, isn't he? Yuvraj Singh.
I tell you what, reputations here. We're talking about Yuvraj Singh, one of the greatest white ball cricketers India's produced. Oh, brilliant this time! He's castled. The bails are off. And it's the danger man. The man in form, Chadwick Walton. He's on his way back.
Oh, so the bails aren't glued then. It does come off. What a Yorker. Look at that execution. Chadwick Walton out for 19, and West Indian champions 60 for 2.
For the new batter. Not a great T20 career, especially that strike rate when you look at it.
My only question is, if you got 100 with that strike rate, what was the team score? It's very. If his career strike is 108 and he's got 100 in T20 cricket.
Yeah, but I tell you what, against Australia, he got a 27 of 12. So he's got other gears as well, not just that one. Wahab Riaz into the attack.
Yeah, Wahab Riaz, he's another champion bowler. And look at that. That ball just tailing in, a hint of reverse. And if you want to get Chadwick Walton out, you've got to bowl something special. And that was a special delivery from Shoaib.
Yeah, definitely special, that one. Almost unplayable. Right in the slot. Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm trying to stay away from all of that, Abhishek.
I haven't had them for years.
It's forced onto you, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, my daughter does all the time. Got to stay away from them. Well, we both come from Calcutta. We had plenty of sweets growing up. But it was a bit different kind of sweet.
Oh yeah, candy floss. no matter where you go, you'll always find those, isn't it? Which part of the world you go. Right, I've got to stop looking at that now. To end of the bat.
That's a good over so far. Just 2 from the first 3. And that's what the Pakistan champions need. They need over. From West Indian champions' point of view, they still wouldn't panic because they know they can change the course of the game with the 2 or 3 big overs in the middle. They're still ahead, or just behind the Pak champions.
Oh, watch it! Watch it! Oh, that's the coffee shop, isn't it? They make some really good coffee. I hope they're all right. Oh. God, they've got the ball. Most importantly, is the coffee machine all right? Yeah, the coffee machine looks all right. Another ease my trip maximum. Survives that one.
Oh, he's running away with the ball.
Somebody tell him it's not baseball. You're not allowed to keep it.
Probably a trick to just get a bit of time in the camera. Why not? But look at that hit. Picking the length so early, just bouncing in front. We'll have to see if they hit it top of the van. It did bounce. They might have given a dent on top of the van.
Insurance. Yeah, Nathan there. He would need the insurance. He's got 2 dents now. 2 on the roof of that lovely coffee van. Yeah, every morning or every time I pass that van, I smell so good.
Oh, if he can do something else, he could just sell a lot more coffee to make up for those dents.
Yeah, I hope so. In the meantime, Devin Smith has reached 200 runs this tournament, so he's the highest run scorer now. Right top of the tree there. For West Indies, he's the highest scorer. Right, 9 overs done, 70 for 2. Yeah, 129 required of 66. 8 wickets in hand. Okay, that's the last 6. Ooh, I hope that dent's only on the van and not his pocket, Nathan's. Oh, can you see it? Or maybe left of the screen, I guess.
Carter, he'll have to get going. I think now is time where at least 1 boundary and over is required. You've got to be around that 9-10 mark.
Around the wicket to the left-hander, starts with a wide. He's bowled really well, hasn't he? 2 for 9 in his first 2 overs.
Yeah, Kamran Akmal saying the mid-on's up, but Yunus Khan just confirming that he has kept the fielder up there. It's a different, yeah, with the left-hander, and when you got a left-arm fast bowler on over the stumps, isn't it easy to use that angle to just launch over? Probably he wants the batter to do that.
Yeah, I agree. I can use that angle if he wants to. Oh, was in the air, but in the gap. It's a good shot.
Beg your pardon, yeah. With that angle, it's an easy shot to pick, but if you bowl short outside the off stump, you don't really need to go over mid-on. You can just cut it through backward point for a 4. That was a well-controlled boundary. And as we said, every over they need at least 1 boundary, if not 2. But and there's a lot of change in the field. Now the long off comes in, the mid on goes to long on, and the bowler also goes over the stumps. Yeah, with T20 cricket, you always gotta keep changing and chopping and changing things. You can't be predictable as a bowler.
Oh no.
Slower. I tell you what, while you were talking about the field placement and all, I've got some field placement here right in front of me. I've been trying to stay away from sweeties, and Corky's given me 1, 2, 3, 4 packs.
You can't go wrong with that. You gotta say thanks to Corky and eat them.
Right. Who needs enemies, right?
But that was a wonderful slow delivery, back of the hand. But the way he does it, it's not really a back of the hand slow. It's more of a googly. Bowls like a leg spinner, Sohail Khan, which is a very difficult skill to have. He's already picked up 2 wickets.
Ooh. Got away with that one. It was a half volley on the pads. Really timed that one.
Yeah, you will be disappointed. And look at the fans. They're having an absolute blast out there. And we can see the owner's box. Very calm. And what an opportunity for the family to come and watch. You know, especially for the kids to watch their dads play, who a lot of them might not have watched a lot when they were growing up. So yeah, that's why you got to love Ease My Trip, the World Championship of Legends, for bringing so many stars together again.
That was the same feel for Smith as well. Right. Just a quick reminder, the big final tomorrow, and the tickets are available. And it's at Edgbaston, Birmingham. Yeah, the tickets are available. WCL.edgbaston.com. The second semi-final. And a couple of hours from now, Australian champions taking on the India champions. Winner of this, and obviously winner of this particular game, go on to play the finals tomorrow. What a massive 2 days. Double-header today, 2 semi-finals, and then the finals tomorrow. Another attempted Yorker. Missed by a few inches. A couple of runs.
Not a lot to choose from between the sides. And if you look at the West Indian team owner, Mr. Ajay Shetty, and you got Nishant Pitti as well, who's the patron for the chief patron for the World Championship of Legends, and Harshit Tomar, who's the co-owner and founder of WCL. So they're all there.
Whoa, big inside edge onto the pads. 8 from the over, 10 overs done, 78 for 2, and time for a hydration break.
I'm trying to. Stop it.
The West Indies champions still need 121 runs from the 60 deliveries left. Dwayne Smith is not out. 26, 23 deliveries that he's faced. 3 deliveries, I guess, well, going after. Surprising. A couple of wickets that fell. The slow ball. Getting to see the back of Chris Gayle, and that was off a slow start, and that was a wicket-taking delivery. Somebody that we've seen execute those Yorkers as and when needed. Good evening, Dominic Cork, in his career as well.
Yeah, I wish I had that pace. It's been good from the Pakistan bowlers up to now. Amir Yamin, although it'll say 25 off 3, he bowled a maiden in that as well. Sahel Tanvir, and 2 for 15. There's definitely game on here, and I know that we're telling you about tickets in Edgbaston. Remember, WCL.edgbaston.com. Just remember, tickets will sell out very quickly if you don't get them right now, because obviously fans are waiting for which team make it. Will it be the West Indies? Will it be Pakistan? Will it be Australia? Will it be India? If it is India, Pakistan, good luck getting tickets. So get on that website now and get them bought.
It is in the air, long on, and takes it. Amir Yamin there played a cameo of an innings, sees the back end of Dwayne Smith. He had to go after it, close to 12.5, an over needed. It was in the slot.
I've not understood this innings from start to finish with Dwayne Smith. And this ball is just hit straight down long on's throat. He hasn't looked like he's been understanding what's been required to chase this big target down. He's gone for a 26. West Indies champions, 79 for 3.
Step not good because no pace coming out of mind.
Ashley Nurse, the new man in, strike rate of 117. Well, we need to go out and strike at a much quicker pace than that. And Ashley Nurse is on the crease because that's how Smith batted, looking to go big on the side. Well, a little more intent. Not that we, of course, were seeing Dr. Smith bat the way he did in power play. 10 deliveries to get off the mark.
And he understands when someone comes in and bowls a decent over, fair enough. But at some stage, you can't just wait and rely that you'll be in those last 5 overs. Brilliant, absolutely sensational, direct hit.